What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking on the 10th anniversary battle yet again here, going in for the 6th anniversary part 2 LRs. So we have got a couple of category missions on top of like the no item clear that we've got to do here. So this is actually kind of a fun one. So we've got Universe Survival Saga as one of our category missions, and the other is Defenders of Justice. So you know what that means. We know what characters are on both of those categories, and that is the Pride Troopers. So here we basically have a full Universe 2 setup. And then I guess we could bring, I think we'll probably bring a friend, AGL Jiren. We kind of lack slot 1 units on this team a little bit. I mean, might be able to depend on Dispo. But yeah, kind of we lack some slot 1 units here. So I think that bringing another AGL Jiren would be a good idea. Obviously, he himself isn't really a slot 1 unit, but he is certainly going to be a better tank than like the SSBE Vegeta would be, right? So I think that this makes the most sense, especially because with a couple of these units, kits, you know, the Topos specifically, you really do want a bunch of other units around that are on Universe, what is it, Universe 11? Did I say Universe 2? I think I meant Universe 11. But yeah, so you do want, with his passive, I believe there's going to be some stuff in here. Well, I guess it's just Defenders of Justice. But yeah, Special Pose and Defender of Justice, which are going to include all of these, like, Universe 11 characters, and SSBE Vegeta wouldn't be there, right? But I suppose that's just for that part. He is giving the support as well, though, so that's the other part of his kit that makes sense for that. So yeah, a lot of these units I actually haven't used much. Kato Pesla, this is actually going to be my very first time running him in anything other than, like, link leveling him. So yeah, and he's got, like, a massively weird kit with all kinds of different stuff in here, so we're going to be referring to the card every time he comes out and just see. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get both of our both of our category missions done here in one run, so we won't have to run this back a second time. One thing that I do want to mention, though, in the details for this, it tells us when you are looking at... yeah, right here. Okay, so for the 6th anniversary part 2 stage that we're about to take on, these are the... no. I'm sorry. Right here, this is what we're looking at. So yeah, stage 9 is what we're about to take on right now, the part 2, 6th anniversary part 2. So for the Android 17 and Team Universe 7, he possesses a stat boosting skill. Reps of 7 category characters can nullify that stat boosting skill. One thing to note is that we know that usually the way it works is that there's like... Oh, actually, because this is the part 2 stage, we might be facing these enemies back to back. So yeah, we'll have to see. We're going to attempt it like this first. We'll jump in like this, see if this works out for us. Okay, so this is set up where we do have to face both enemies. So yeah, we'll just keep in mind that on this first fight, he is going to have a stat boosting skill that, you know, obviously we don't have any Universe 7 cards that are going to be taking hits from him, so he might be a little bit scary for us. We'll see. If it ends up being, like, something that we actually have to deal with, then I don't know, we might switch it up. Try something different, right? But for now, I think we'll go with this. Okay, so we definitely don't want Tech Jiren up front. Let me go give myself a quick refresher on the Int Topo kit. I know he is just like a support unit, so he probably isn't going to want to go in slot 1. Okay, yeah, see, this is one that's very, very Universe 11 heavy, right? Okay, so he's getting a guaranteed crit. Okay, he's getting some more stats when attacking, and then more stats at the start of turn, and then all of this support as well. So yeah, if his defense isn't looking insane right now, yeah, it's like half of what Jiren even has. And then obviously Dispo's defense is looking a lot lower, but that's because he's got a lot of dodge built in. He just has the high chance up front. Let's see. So he does have these stats that are going to proc when he gets the 12 key. Maybe I should put him in the first slot because he's going to get a lot of defense all of a sudden once we select his key spheres, and then he also has the high chance to dodge. That's probably smart. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll put him up front, and then I think I actually just want to keep the Topo on, and then we can rotate the Tech Jiren around to the other rotation, where there would be an AGL Jiren waiting for him, right? Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We'll just grab all same type orbs, why not, since we can. And then we should be good to go here. Let's see. Okay, awesome. And then Topo or Dispo is also going to be getting an additional 11% chance to dodge every time he dodges within the turn, right? So he is stacking up on that ability. We did see him just get hit quite hard from that normal attack, though, but that was pre-super. And then also you have to keep in mind we have that stat boosting effect thing. So for now, it's kind of hard to tell if that 150k damage we took from a normal was just because we put a full dodge unit in slot 1 and he took a hit before being able to build up anything from attacking, right? So like typically you're not going to see those kind of units tank well anyway, or if it's just because we're not universe 7 and everyone's going to be getting hit like that, right? So yeah, we'll find out. Obviously this is a good indicator that the former and not the latter is the situation here. Because, yeah, we are double-digit tanking. And then, again, we did already have... Oh, he attack disabled him, so we're not going to see what he would have taken there. But it probably would have been double digits as well. Okay, before we start clicking anything, let's go ahead and take a look at Catopesla here. So it is currently turn 2, so we're going to be looking at this portion of his passive down here. So he changes AGL to STR key spheres. He has a great chance of an additional super attack, great chance to crit, and then attack 30% per key sphere obtained up to 300. So, per STR key sphere obtained. Okay, interesting. And then when he attacks with 12 key, he gets some extra stats, and then that's not relevant till the 7th turn. Okay, so we just want to prioritize getting as many STR key spheres as we can with him. That's the name of the game here. I'm sorry? Wait, what? On the 2nd? Oh, from the character's entry turn. Missed that part. So that actually makes this kit even more confusing. It's a good thing that we have access to this, right? Where we can actually see how many times in battle he's been here. His turns in battle is 1. Without that, my god, this kit would be such a pain to try and keep track of from his entry turn, because you can't even depend on like the real turn counter. So I'm sorry, we are actually looking at this portion of the kit here. So he changes STR to AGL, launches 2 additional attacks with the high chance of each becoming a super, high chance to evade, and then 30% defense per AGL orb obtained. Okay, so with that considered, it's going to be smart for us to save all of those AGL key spheres for Catopesla here. Let's go ahead and check out his numbers now. So we're at 150k defense. Let's go ahead and see what we can get that to jump up to here with all of these orbs selected. So that is a full 10 orbs. We're going to get all of the defense that we can get. So we should be up to like 450 or something like that. Oh, not even close. Because it says 300%, but I guess the way it calculates it is a little bit different. Okay, well, not bad. We still have the evasion in there and stuff, so we should be all right here. Okay, and then we'll grab all of these for Jiren. Okay, let's see how he does in slot 1 here. Not bad. Okay, yeah, so it looks like that attack boosting skill isn't actually too lethal or dangerous or scary for us, at least so far, right? We are only on the first phase. We're going to have to wait until the 2nd phase when he... Well, actually, there should be 3 phases, right? It's going to be... Because he's an SSR right now, so then he'll go TUR and then LR. And if this is going to be a type protected fight, then the 2nd phase should be STR to protect against physical characters, which I guess could be problematic because we have 1 physical character coming up next in the Dokkan Fest Topo, but actually it doesn't even look like we're going to be on to phase 2 yet, so we should be fine. Okay, awesome. Catopesla coming in clutch, doing his thing. All right. So one thing that I actually just realized that's kind of fun with Catopesla is because he has the like 13579 thing going on, and then he also has like the 2468 thing going on for like his kit changing up. Oh, okay. It looks like it is just straight up to the LR, so it should just be a 2-phase fight then. All right. Well, that is not bad. Now it's actually a good thing that we have Topo out. Oh, but yeah, what I was gonna say about Catopesla is that it would be cool if you keep him on rotation, then he's always going to be there on 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 of his like entry turns, so you'll be able to take advantage of the defensive part of his kit. And if you ever wanted to switch it to the offensive part, then you would just have to rotate him off, and he would have an extra turn off rotation, and then he would be there on his even numbered turns, right? So yeah, that is kind of an interesting thing to think about. Though that is probably going to happen here. We're going to rotate him off, but that's fine because then the fight will end, reset, and then he'll be again on turn 1 when we go into the Golden Frieza and 17 fight. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I do like that about his kit. Okay, let's take a look at Topo, another unit that I've pulled very recently and haven't gotten much use out of, so I am not sure what he does really. Okay, so we're getting great raises on Super. He's got the damage reduction and guard for 3 turns. Okay, some extra damage reduction here. Support, attack when attacking, and changes key spheres with HP up. Oh, here we go. As the first attacker in the turn, he's getting a bunch of defense, a bunch more after receiving an attack, and guard. Okay, well, yeah, then there you go. He is going to be our de facto slot 1 unit, and he's got type advantage here, so I am not worried at all. We are going to be perfectly fine. I guess we should probably try and make sure we save all those AGL orbs. And then technically STR orbs as well, right? Because on the next turn, Catopesla is going to get all that orb changing for us. So yeah, if we do this, then we're going to have all that AGL and STR that's going to change. That would be quite good. All right, well, Physical Topo. I didn't actually realize that he is built for slot 1, right? Kind of interesting. I highly doubt that those effects in his kit would be enough to put him in slot 1 in like real challenge content, but obviously this stage isn't built to be quite as hard. I imagine this is the last stage we have available to us right now at the time of recording. I think we're going to have to wait for part 3 of the anniversary for the remainder of the stages to come out, leading us all the way up to the 10th anniversary battle stages. But yeah, I don't know like if Topo would tank the same way in like the end of these fights, or like in some of the other difficult challenge content that we've been getting, like these red zones and stuff. I don't know. Haven't used him too much, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But here he is servicing as our slot 1 unit perfectly fine. Okay, so now this is the moment where we're probably going to rotate off Catopesla. I guess for giggles, we might as well put Jiren into standby. Might as well. Then we just guaranteed won't lose in case there's some, like, cheeky slot 1 super or something like that. Yeah, this should be fine. And then I think because of that, well, if I give him 4 orbs, that's already 90% damage reduction. And then the slot 2 Jiren already has an 18 key super. So if we just give him the 1 orb, it's fine. He's still doing his 18 key super. And then we can grab all of these with Catopesla and get his full passive activated. So that works out pretty well, I think. Especially because there's so many attacks there at the end, and Catopesla has type disadvantage. If there were to be a super attack right there, then I definitely want him to have the best chance to tank and dodge against it, right? I guess tank or dodge would be the thing. Okay. Nice, Catopesla coming in with the golden gloves. You love to see it. This guy is so goofy. I love his animations, though. He's fun. Definitely a fun little unit to take advantage of there, right? Okay. Taking hits, not getting those dodges off for us, unfortunately. But it's fine. Luckily, no super attacks for us to worry about. Ooh, and then what does Topo's active skill do? Is it his transformation into God Topo? Yeah, okay. Sweet. All right, well, let's go ahead and launch it, and then we'll take a look at his kit. I think I'm actually probably gonna want... I mean, maybe this would be the smartest, because then he's got the most links active. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out based on what his kit says to do, right? Okay, so he's getting a massive attack raise. Okay. Changing orbs, guarding attacks, 80% damage reduction. 80% damage reduction? Wow. That's really good. Oh, I see. And then every attack he takes, he's losing some damage reduction all the way down to 20% off of that 80. He gets more defense when receiving an attack, more attack when attacking, and then when receiving a Ki Blast super, he nullifies and has a high chance to nullify from the second entry turn. Okay. Interesting. So, I actually don't know what super attack type this enemy has. I don't think it is a Ki Blast because of all the different enemies that are attacking you. I think you get hit a bunch. So, I think probably maybe the name of the game is like, is he strong enough right now? We could just KO. That's probably it, right? I think we'll leave our rotations like this then. Yeah, because I think I want to keep the AGL Jiren split at this point. Just considering everything for the next fight, because obviously we're about to finish this off here. But yeah, I do want to make sure... Alright, and then we can just grab that orb. Okay, perfect. This should be fine, right? 15 million. I guess if we get an additional, this probably won't be enough to just one-shot it. Oh, and we didn't. And he is getting supered. Okay, yeah, but it's not going to be a Ki Blast. So, obviously, no Nullify. Okay, but there you go. I mean, he had 80% damage reduction, so he wasn't going to take anything from that anyway, right? Especially post-super, especially with type advantage, right? There's no way. Alright, there we go. And then that is the 17 and Universe 7 phase down, and then now we've got the 17 and Golden Frieza to take care of. We've got a little bit better rotations starting out here, so we should be okay. And then I guess we can assume it's going to be the exact same way. It'll be a two-phase fight here. At least it should be. Okay, we'll grab all these. And then Catopesla is coming up next. He is going to be changing STR and AGL orbs. So, I am actually going to do this. I'm going to grab this orb. That way all of those tech orbs fall. And I'm not forced to select all of the big chunk of AGL orbs that will be there with Toppo and Jiren. I'll have some other options to be able to get a lot of orbs if I want a lot. And then that way I can save those other orbs for Catopesla in slot 3. And then, yeah, this will be the moment where we are actually rotating off Catopesla finally, mid-fight, right? So, oh, wow, we're doing a lot of damage here. I like that. Okay, cool. Getting the Tech Jiren passive built up. We should be fine here because we're post-super, right? Definitely not going to be anything too big to worry about. Oh, yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention. It's probably a free win at this point. Considering he had that attack boosting skill on the last phase where it was we're fighting against the Int 17 and Universe 7, that didn't seem to affect us at all. We got hit with like multiple super attacks and just kind of tanked everything. So, and the fact that this phase against the 17 and Golden Frieza doesn't have that same attack boosting skill means I'm assuming the harder fight was the first one of the two? I don't know. But regardless, we were able to make it through that first fight so easily that we're chilling now, right? We're going to be perfectly fine here. Okay. So, as we know, we definitely want to keep Toppo in the first slot. Oh, yeah, it actually doesn't really even matter about anything because, we're going to finish off the phase right here. So Catapesla's not even going to get to attack. That's fine. Well, we'll just select all these orbs anyway. No big deal. Alright, this 7 million should be enough. Deplete that last health bar. Oh, not quite. Okay, we're just going to have to wait for one more attack then. Alright, so it's going to be turn 3. We will have access to the Jiren standby, which is pretty clutch. Just in case for any slot 1 supers or anything like that, probably best to put him in standby. It's nice when you can put him in slot 2 for the standby, because that's where he gives the support to the rest of the rotation. But I think I like this idea the best. Okay, so only 4 orbs there. We're not able to get him quite to 100% damage reduction, but it's close enough. I think I'm comfy with that. We'll grab all these orbs for Jiren, and then obviously with the key buildup that he got on that last turn that he was out, he is easily at 24 key. All right, perfect. Okay, no attacks coming in from Jiren, but given how early we were able to get that standby off in this fight, we're probably going to actually be able to see him go full power, right? Because we will have... Oh, no, actually, you can only do 1 standby at a time. I was going to say, we will have another standby we can activate on the next turn for the other Jiren, which would delay the amount of damage we do even further, but that is incorrect. Non-factual, because we have 1 in standby, so the other standby won't be available, right? Okay, I'm definitely not worried about this Topo. He's got so much, like, stats on stats on stats with all the different things in his kit. Yeah, we're gonna double-digit tank. Oh, or we're just gonna straight up dodge it. That's even better. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty confident he would have double-digit tanked that, though, because he has his full passive active. This is where this Int Topo actually looks very, very impressive, is on that full Universe 11 team with all the Defenders of Justice characters, right? Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and get Topo transformed again into God state. All right, and then I guess we just grab these. We'll save that rainbow orb on the side just in case, and then now we want to save again all of the STR and AGL orbs, because Catopesla is going to be doing his thing, changing them around on the next turn. And if the 17 of Golden Frieza survives this turn, then we will be able to see Catopesla do his alternate passive set, right, on the even-numbered turns rather than the odd-numbered turns, because he was here on turn 1 for us, and then coming back on his 4th turn, or I guess it would be turn 2 and 5 for him specifically, but it's his first turn and then his 4th turn, right? Oh, wow, look at that. We actually managed to take a little bit of damage. It wasn't a full double-digit tank. So I guess this phase did have a potential super attack that could have hurt us. Because obviously God Topo would have been like a very ideal unit to take it, but like had Catopesla taken a super, or like Dispo taken a super or something, I think maybe this stage could have KO'd us. And now with that, I'm actually curious what Int Topo would have taken. With type disadvantage, maybe he actually would have been damaged a little bit. Nonetheless, it's not going to matter. We did finish that off on that phase. So yeah, we actually didn't even get to see Catopesla on his even turn, and we didn't get the Jiren, full power state, but that's perfectly fine. No big deals. Main thing is to get the W in, right? Okay, what a fun team. I actually really like that team. That is a fun alternate build for Universe Survival Saga. Most of the time, I just opt to lean toward, the 6th anniversary, like, LRs. All 4 of them, Part 1 and Part 2, and, like, make teams that way. Add Jiren, call it good, right? But yeah, so that is actually a pretty spicy build. I enjoy that. Okay, so there we go. We got all of our missions done in one go there. So let's go ahead and collect our equips. And then we can send it over to the... Oh, wait, this is different. These equips are actually different, so they're starting to change it up a little bit. That is a different equip than this. So that means that the 17 and Universe 7 are going to have a different set of equips than the 17 and Golden Frieza. Interesting, interesting. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and switch over to Hidden Potential and take a look at them. So we have got, I guess we might as well just go Universe 7 since they're going to be here. Universe 7 LRs, there we go. Easy peasy, easy to find them. Okay, so we have gone with a full dodge build for this guy. Man, I think this is like the only, as opposed to like, well, from the 8th anniversary onwards, this isn't true, but from 7th anniversary back, I believe this is the only anniversary LR I don't have rainbowed yet. I've just been very, very unlucky with pulling this guy. I didn't pull him on his initial banner, and then it was like over a year before I got my first copy of him, so I haven't had the opportunity to pull that many copies of him. He doesn't actually have a full dodge build. His first dupe here was put in for offense, and then the second dupe was put in for defense, probably because I just got this so long ago. This was before I was doing full dodge builds on characters, which is fine. Okay, let's see here. So the level 9 defense as opposed to the 2 dodge. I don't know. I kind of like having the really dodge heavy build on this character. Let me take a look really quick. Okay, so obviously we know we want to change this one because we're going to be getting the extra point of dodge on top of the additional defense. Is kind of sucky that we have a non-EX skill orb here, so we're going to be losing that level 5 dodge. The same thing happened to us on the AGL UI Goku, but that's perfectly fine. We got our use out of that equip. It had been on him for a couple of years at this point, so no biggie, no biggie. And then, okay, so this one has the additional and crit. I don't think that this is a unit that really benefits from a balanced build. I don't want to give him the more additional and crit. I kind of like the dodge on him. I think that this is a fine way to leave this unit, right? We're not putting him on the team for damage. You're putting him in slot 3 to give the support and then not get KO'd by dodging, right? I mean, obviously he does have some defense. Like, he's not a complete fish, but still. I think it's better to prioritize the dodge here. The only thing that I'm questioning is the potential. Let me double check his kit really quick and see if there is a potential in here for that bronze defense to be better, right? Okay, so he is giving himself a 30% defense raise on super. But he does that on both 18 and 12 key. The normal, that's the same as when it would say raise defense, it's 30%. So it's the same thing. It's just his is for all allies. But because he's basically always going to be a slot 3 unit, the all allies thing doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make much of a difference, I mean. And then, let's see. He's just getting extra key. He gets damage reduction per reps of 7. Okay, and then with basically full reps of 7, he's getting even more damage reduction and extra stats. Oh, and then he gives himself more stats here and more stats here with key spheres selected. And then for every rainbow key sphere, he's getting... Oh, well, that's support for allies, but then... Okay, wow. Okay, so we do actually want that defense on him. He's got way too many procs in his kit that stack defense on defense on defense, and some of them are multiplicative buffs. So yeah, this is actually going to do a monstrous amount of help for us, which is exciting because that silver equip gave us a bunch more defense as well, right? So we got 900 here and then 1200 there. So a total of, what, 2100 extra defense on him. That is going to make him look quite good. Probably going to make him look more equivalent to, like, the rainbowed version of himself as far as defense is concerned. So yeah, I think I'm happy with this build. We'll still leave the, you know, that final bit will be dodge for him. Well, okay, here's the thing too, though, right? He doesn't need the crit at all. He has a bunch of... all those times that he was building up stats, he's also building up, like, crit chance. So he really doesn't need the crit. But he's very low on additional, and he is getting extra stats. Because we just, you know, focused in so hard on his defense, it might make sense to switch that to give him the extra additional. Since he doesn't have that much of that in his kit anyway. What are the numbers here? Is it a 6/6? If it's a double 6, that might be worth it. It is a double 6 here. Okay, okay. The only reason I have to ponder this so hard is because this gold orb is not an EX skill orb. So if I choose to make this change, I lose this orb forever, right? So I'm just pondering whether it's going to be worthwhile or whether I actually do want the dodge on him. Okay, well, I can't make my mind up about it now, so we will just leave it for now. And then maybe at some point in the future, if I'm using him and I realize that it should be swapped, then I'll go ahead and do it. But, you know, we'll just leave the orb. It's never going to go away, right? It can only be used on this character, so it will forever sit here until we eventually use it, right? So yeah, no big deal. I guess we'll go ahead and finish up with the Android 17, move on to the 17 and Golden Frieza card. So again, I've got a lot of dodge equips on him. He does not have a full dodge build. Luckily, I did give him the one node of dodge here. But man, oh man, I even prioritized the crit here for him. Again, because this is a very stacking, stat-heavy character. Probably going to be worthwhile to change up the equips here. Let's see. Okay, so he is only getting a massive attack raise And then he gets the Great Raise on 18 key super, but all of his additionals aren't stacking his defense anymore. That hurts his defense a little bit. Okay, he does get the additional attacks here, but again, those don't raise his defense, except for in the passive, right? So for every super attack and every attack, he's getting more stats built up here. And then every time the character's about to attack, chance to perform crit and damage reduction rate 17% within the turn. Okay, so he gets a bunch of damage reduction each time he's gonna attack. And then I guess he does get a couple of... he gets an extra additional when HP is 77% or less. Okay, here's the thing. The main thing about him isn't really defense. He doesn't have quite as many defense procs. He's got these stats that build up that are going to help him a little bit, but this is not like multiplicative buffs like the 17 in Universe 7 is going to have. I don't think that qualifies the same way. So the main thing for him is damage reduction. He's got 50% on turn 1, and then he has the 17% stacking for each attack. It doesn't even have to be super attacks. So he's going to be getting like 3 procs of that per turn, just because of these here. So we kind of really do want additionals on this guy a lot. But then, yeah, I guess you really do want to build this guy with additionals in mind. And I guess that's good that he pretty much has a full additional build already. So yeah, but I don't know about... I mean, the thing is, damage reduction with defense is actually really, really good, right? So maybe we should go for defense on him. But this one right here is going to take away some of the additional that he has. So I think I do want to... I think I would leave this one. The 2... Well, it's 2 combo attack, 1 evasion. Because he's... Okay, well, let's do the silver one first, because he's going to lose some evasion here. Or lose some dodge. Or additional, sorry. But then he's going to gain some dodge and defense. So I think this is a worthwhile trade. He gets more dodge than he had, loses a couple points of additional, but then gains quite a bit of defense. I think that is definitely worthwhile. And then, because of the dodge that we just added, I feel a little bit more comfortable taking away the dodge here. Oh, but he had the different equip. He's not getting the crit and additional one. That was what I was thinking of. His actually isn't at the top. It's right here. Yeah. So what is he getting? It's so weird that they gave him an attack equip for some reason. So 900 attack and additional? I don't think I like that. Yeah, I don't really care about him having the attacking power. So I'm kind of okay with this build right here. And then I guess the main thing would be, are we okay losing 1 dodge, going down to 13% dodge, and then 2 combo attack, giving him a 40% chance to do an additional? Because he launches those guaranteed 2 additional attacks per turn, he automatically, guaranteed, has 3 chances every single turn to launch his hidden potential system additional. And remember, that can always be a normal as well. So I think we are going to change this orb out, because taking away 4% chance to additional is going to be fine for this guy. He'll still be at 40% chance per attack that he procs, right? So we're still going to be seeing that hidden potential system additional a lot. And then I think the extra additional, or the extra defense, 900 points of defense is going to do more for him with the stacking that he's got in his kit than the 1 extra % chance to dodge, right? So yeah, I think I kind of like his build this way. That I don't know what's up with that gold equip. That was weird. Just giving him the extra attack, and it's not even the same amount of attack as the other ones that were giving like the defense, right? Oh, well, I guess that's because they were in the silver slot, not the gold slot. The gold slot has just been giving the additional and crit. All right, well, anyway, that is going to do it for this one. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and finish up here. So do not forget to check out the links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this one. That's going to do it here, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.